Do you suffer from ongoing back pain? One important but often overlooked muscle is the pelvic floor. So, what is the pelvic floor? The pelvic floor is like a hammock or a sling. It provides support to our pelvic organs, much like a trampoline. It helps manage bladder and bowel functions. It gives stability to your spine and pelvis. It even plays a role in our sexual pleasure. So you want this hammock or trampoline to be just right, neither too tight nor too loose. Many of us are not in tune with this muscle, which can lead to issues with the pelvic floor. Some reasons for pelvic floor troubles are the following. One is a lack of overall fitness and muscle strength, carrying extra weight, slouching and sitting too much, pregnancy and childbirth, recovering from surgeries or prostate or episiotomy, injuries to the pelvis, hips, or spine, hormonal shifts, high impact workout routines. So the first step is becoming aware of this pelvic floor. You should be able to sense the feeling of this muscle. The pelvic floor teams up with your diaphragm, and the diaphragm is at the bottom of our lungs. So when we breathe in, this muscle moves downward and the pelvic floor then follows suit. Diaphragm, just like breathing, also plays a big part and puts a huge impact in our overall health. It plays a crucial role in how you sit and stand. So let's start by understanding and strengthening these essential muscles for a healthier body. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 therapeutic Pilates exercises to activate your pelvic floor. So you'll be needing a squishy ball. This is a squishy ball by Tune Up Fitness. I'm going to give you the link below. And I want you to sit on the ball and kind of adjust your sit bones to spread out your sit bones so you're on top of the squishy ball. So, you could use any other balls at home, but just let go of some of the air so it's a little bit soft. So crisscross your leg and sit in a neutral spine. So your back is, has a natural curve. Your head is on top of your shoulders. And just breathe in, breathe out. Take an inhale. Then take an exhale. So when you inhale, remember, when you inhale, the diaphragm goes down, the pelvic floor relaxes. Then as you exhale, the diaphragm relaxes, the pelvic floor contracts. So I want you to feel and have an awareness of the pelvic floor. So most of us are not in tune with where our pelvic floor is at. So this is the first thing we need to do, is to be aware of the pelvic floor. So take an inhale, then exhale. Inhale, exhale. So as you inhale, you should feel your pelvic floor opening, relaxing under you. Then as you exhale, feel it pulling in. So that's one way to be aware of your pelvic floor, and you could do that for 8 repetitions and for 8 counts. Next one is, I want you to have some movement. So what you're going to do is, I want you to take an inhale. As you inhale, lift your chest to the ceiling. Then as you exhale, rounding your back. Inhale, extending your spine to the ceiling. Then exhale. So having the ball underneath your pelvis helps to give you some tactile, and just to be aware of your pelvic floor. We'll do a couple more. Take an inhale, widen your collarbone, then exhale. Then do that for 8 counts. Another pelvic floor exercise is laying down supine on your back. So your feet are hip width apart. So to find hip width, if you march your leg where it falls, that's your hip width. Put the ball between your knees. Then take an inhale. Then exhale, elevate your hips. Then squeeze the ball once. Feel the glutes engage, your inner thighs engage. Then slowly lower your spine, one vertebrae at a time. So create that sequential articulation. So take an inhale. Shorten those obliques. Then exhale. Then squeeze twice. Then slowly articulate your spine from your thoracic down to your tailbone. So make sure you don't jam your back against the mat. You're just melting your back on the mat. Inhale to imprint. Then exhale. Then squeeze. You feel your glutes, your hamstring, opening up the hips, then slowly lower your spine. And do that for another 8 counts. So remember in the beginning, I mentioned about the diaphragm, which works in conjunction with the pelvic floor. So a lot of us, if we tend to sit down for prolonged periods, maybe in front of a computer, we tend to develop some dysfunctional breath pattern. Instead of the diaphragm going down when we inhale, we tend to push it up. So this will help to feel your diaphragm goes down rather than up to your chest. So put the ball just under your ribs and relax your shoulder. Then I want you to breathe in and feel the rib, the lower rib, your right rib, pushing against the ball as you inhale. Then exhale. Take an inhale. Exhale. I'll do like 8 counts. And let's do the left side. And you might feel one side might be tighter, or one side is there's more space. Again, take an inhale. Then exhale. So I can feel my rib really pushing down against the ball. Especially when you're breathing in deep. So if you don't exercise those intercostal muscle, the muscle between your ribs, they tend to be short and less mobile. So practicing deep breathing helps to open that up. Another way too is, so these are all bonus, so it's more than 3 exercises I'm giving you, but might as well. So I want you to lay down with your arms out. So this is great for, so if your head is still off the floor, I suggest put a towel underneath. So you're not straining your neck. So I put the ball somewhere between my mid back. Then breathe in, breathe out. Take an inhale. So I'll just do it for 8 counts. So these are great exercises after a long day in front of the computer, so you're all crunching, and so you want to open up your chest, open up your airway. So it helps to give tactile for your breathing, so you could really feel the ribs expanding and contracting. So those are some exercises to connect with your pelvic floor and also your diaphragm. But if you want to learn more about some of this exercise, so subscribe to my channel. So thank you so much and see you soon. Bye.